whatever reason you're here passionate, and hopefully at least I've given you some confidence in who we as a company, what we stand for, and what we do, and why we're so invested in you, right? I have 7 employees down at the office. We could use 20, right? But how our budgeting is set up is majority of our budget is focused on investment and wellness advocates, right? And essential oils and sourcing as well. But we put so much in giving. The partnership here is a big part of what we do. So hopefully you feel valued. Hopefully looking at the compensation plan, you can see your value a lot more on what you bring to the table than anywhere else. So now, how do we do it? I want to talk about 4 ways quickly, and 4 ways how we should be doing this. If you're not doing one of these, I urge you to try to make a mental note of it and how you can adjust it. First thing on how you effectively build with us is become a product of the product and the lifestyle, right? I don't mean you all need to be the perfect Instagram person who goes to the gym, has the perfect routine, owns the gym, and owns also a cooking show, right? You don't have to be necessarily that person, but you just need to be not a hypocrite, right? The person who shares Zengest with you and you're like, oh, this is great. Do you like Zengest? No, I hate oils. Like, no one wants that person, right? No one's going to trust that person. Nobody's going to come in. And though that's an extreme example, if someone asks if you use Zengest and you're like, and you don't really have a testimony, or you don't have any experience, or they're not seeing that you actually care about your lifestyle, it does make a bit of effect, right? They can be attracted to our compensation plan, our business plan. They can be attracted to the look of our product, but that will always have a hindrance unless you commit to this, right? Dr. Hill created this wellness chart that we use right here. There's no perfect way to do this. The whole thing is that you are aware of it and you implement it in some way, right? If you don't want to be a vegan, you don't have to be a vegan, right? You don't have to be a vegetarian in doTERRA. If there's a vegan or vegetarian here who sees different, we can argue after. But you don't have to take on a certain way. There's no perfect look of doTERRA's distributor, right? You just have to be conscious on, do I actually care on the way I eat, right? Is there any bit of adjustment that I can make better, that I'm willing to make? Yes. How do I involve exercise? How well, if I'm not sleeping well, what are things I can do with sleep and rest, right? Make sure that we're conscious of it and we make life adjustments so we're not hypocrites when sharing the product, right? Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. First tip, being a product of the product and lifestyle. 2 is having a passion to share, right? So not necessarily talking about your why today, but hopefully you have that and the reason why you want to be a part of doTERRA. But look at this passion topic that I want to bring up. And 80% of the population receive medical care here in South Africa annually. Means that someone's going to 80% of the population here are going to the doctor or hospital annually for care. That is a very high number. Very high number. Though I'm very appreciative, I think, what in the world would we do without them? I don't think we need that. It's even part of the wellness chart here, right? Proactive medical care. But my question here is, do we need more hospitals or do we need better preventative care? That is something that, since I've read this study was done by Oxford for South Africa. That gave me a passion of, while I'm here and while I'm involved in this market, can we move that down even a percent? Sounds crazy, but can we at least educate enough? Can we spread enough? That gives me a passion. How can we affect this? We're already 12,000 healthcare workers short because of COVID. So relying on the fact that we can always send everyone to the hospital and get the proper care is not really realistic. Emergency cases in hospitals, again, this is no disownment on them. They're lifesavers. They really are. It's just the capacity. Instead of sending everyone to the hospital, can we only send the emergencies or the immediate care and save a lot for the preventative care? Not that necessarily has to be your passion, but something similar like that where it's like, I would love to see something like that change. That currently is something I'm like, I want us to be able to see that we've had a health impact and have a better mental impact on people and how they view their health. Next is marinating your warm market, which is the close people around you, with oils. And I do not mean you toss them around, right? Just like throwing them at people like oils, right? My other example, I could pour a flour girl down the aisle, right? Instead is valuing your samples or your product and giving them out for a purpose, right? If someone comes to you and says, like, hey, I'm struggling sleeping, oh, take this. It's almost too easy. Because it actually will de-incentivize them to use it. They may use it, but they might be like, okay. But instead, take an approach of, let me give you some of my essential oils, that instant value. I'm giving you almost like a sacrifice kind of mindset, though you probably are very willing to do it because it's an investment. Let me give you this and giving them proper education. Making sure the people around you, anytime they complain about anything, right, like I'm feeling down or my hip hurts or something, they should see you running at them, right? Coming at them with that essential oil. They should know exactly what you do, right? This is one of the first things in marinating your warm market. Everyone around you should know what you do, though the people around you sometimes are the easiest people to bring in. Sometimes they're also the easiest to say no. They're the quickest to say no. They don't have a problem waving their finger at you, right? But having that commitment that everyone around you, at least is, right? We can keep pushing on the people close to us. At least is going to be able to take something on it. I gave you all that peppermint. Keep that in your pocket, your satchel, your purse. That is one of the quickest impact oils that can really have someone who's not having a lot of trust give a go, right? When you're using your routine like copaiba and frankincense, I use them also, right? A lot of the effects I saw from those took me at least 2 weeks. Or a lot of them I didn't realize until the things that were, the flares and stuff I was having weren't coming back. I didn't realize it until I was like, they really aren't coming back, right? But it took a while for me to really be like, oh, that's coming, right? So the belief and trust wasn't necessarily there. So again, talking about the people who are close to you, have the confidence to be able to be like, I'm the oil lady, or I am the person who loves essential oils. You should have zero fear about that. And they know, this is my wife. She's come to accept essential oils. She's been a nurse and was actually very anti-essential oils when we were dating. Ooh, that made our dating life sometimes interesting, right? Because I was very big in oils. But she's becoming actually very accepting of the essential oils. But she, again, was a bit of a skeptic until she tried things that kind of had an instant impact. And I kept pushing, right? Now she's one of those people that, interesting about your wife, and I've shared this a few times, is she's mentioned to me multiple times that she sometimes just wants to tell me things, right? Tell me how she's feeling, whatever. And she doesn't want me to fix it, right? Because she will always tell me, Addison, I don't, right? Right? She's currently expecting our second child. So sometimes I'm just feeling a little sad today. Have you tried read the adaptive? Have you read? Right? She knows that that's always my response, right? I feel like that same thing is people should be able to know that we are confident and always being like, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Because we need them to be able to have that bit where now they talk about their friends, they're like, I know someone who actually knows that because they've heard it from you enough times. And the people close to you in your warm market, they're fine to hear this over and over again. They may poke fun at you, they may say no personally, but let them make fun of you. But make sure they hear you. Make sure that you get some bit of peppermint on them. That's why you have it. Because they won't deny the peppermint. It's not deniable, right? You cannot deny the peppermint. Because whether they're having problems here, they will, right? Every time, it's like fine. Oh, who doesn't do that their first time? Everyone does it. So having something like that where you can create that with the warm market is very important. If people around you don't know that because you've been a little shy, try to create that reputation, right? The fourth one is connecting with people authentically and sincerely, right? Like I said, when working in the security industry, yeah, there's some great things. You can set up some good security systems and stuff, but our sales approach on that was not authentic. It was never about the customer. It was always about the commission, right? I can't tell you how many security systems that we put in that I very well knew at the end of it was increase their security like 5%, even though it looked good, right? Based on actual data on robberies and break-ins, that security was doing nothing, right? Because it's all about the commission. With doTERRA, we have to be doing it differently. We have to have the need of the customer in mind, right? Because again, this is a long-term plan, right? If we're focusing on just getting that customer today, right? And we do it in such a way that's not authentic and we're forgetting about the mission, they're not going to be as committed a long-term customer, right? Let them be able to really see your care for them. If they're not seeing it, take a little more time with them as long as they're responding. But we need to be able to make sure that we're sincere and we're not, like I've said, a hypocrite in all that we do, right? Interesting enough how this is actually one of our sales approaches that I would say, right? Okay? Now, yes, Addison, it's all very nice, but I've been doing all of that. All right, put the hands up. Who feels this way? Come on. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that interesting, right? If you understand the culture, right, those 4 things should be very much a base of what you do. If it's not, please note it today and how you can adjust that, because I can't teach you anything or share anything with you today without those 4 things very well being known. That's where it starts, right? But here's things I hear from people in our business all the time, okay? I need more builders. I do not have enough time to help everyone. I'm out of people to enroll. My team isn't doing anything. And I've exhausted that warm market, right? We're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Don't feel discouraged over this. In all my years working in, especially the last 5 years working with doTERRA leadership, this is very common. Unfortunately, this is very common. People commit to the vision, they commit to the mission, they commit to the business plan of following those 4 things, right? Sharing, educating, being a product of the product, right? Being authentic. Okay, I probably would even add a 5th one in there, educating yourself. Okay? But even after all that, I have people who bring up these kind of things to me. So don't feel alone, but also don't feel stuck. Okay? You can sit in this realm for a very, very long time if you stick on this mindset. So I want to talk a few more steps, if this is you, on how we want to move past that, right? So, quickly on this. I committed to my wife that once we moved to South Africa, I was going to start running. That was 2019, right? So I went a whole year making excuses saying we haven't moved yet, right? Haven't been able to. Once COVID ends, I'll do it. COVID never ended, but we finally moved. So I kept that promise, and I'm glad I have. I felt a lot better getting to it. I don't love running at all, but I know it's one of the things I need to do every day. I need to make sure I go to the gym every day, I get my workouts in. It's part of my routine. I need it to progress, right? I don't always love it, sometimes not fun, but I need it to progress, right? So taking this concept, if you are ready to go for a run, why would you invite someone along who wants to go for a walk? Okay? If you want to go for a run, because that's what I do, I need to get it done, it feels good. If you invite someone to come along and they say, hey, I'm just going to walk, what are you both going to do? You're going to walk. I promise you that person walking isn't all of a sudden going to be like, sure, I'll run. Doesn't necessarily just happen like that, right? You'll end up walking. So the concept I want you to look at here is run with those who are running. When you get stuck in this business is because you're focused on all those things that you're saying right? How to build, there's all the frustration. You're dealing with all the frustration of this business, and you're dealing with the time suckers. That's what I call them, right? You're giving all your time to the people who also are like, I'm trying to move, but this is going on and this isn't fun. And you're just constantly dragging through the mud, right? And you're working with people who maybe aren't giving the best effort, aren't keeping commitments moving forward. These are when you're this is when you're inviting people to go on your run, but they are actually just wanting to walk. Okay? By doing so, you a lot of the times end up walking, and you don't even realize it. Okay? That's what I want to focus on here, is that little analogy. So first, who are these runners? Who are they? How do I find them, right? Where am I going to find them on my team, okay? You're going to identify runners because they are those who not only make, but they are keeping their commitments, right? That's how you not only find runners, but that's how you start getting people to run. Because you tell the walker, do you want to come running? And if the walker says, I want to walk, you say, we'll see you later. Time to go run, right? I'll come back. We don't hate you. There's no bad blood here. If you're a walker in this room, we absolutely love you, right? But when we're running, right, don't get offended that we're spending our time running and not walking, right? So runners are those who are making keep commitments. So some questions to ask yourself. Are you making your expectations clear to people when they enroll? Or are we just hoping when they enroll that their excitement is going to carry it? Right? You enroll the new customer, be like, oh yeah, I'm so excited for these oils. These are going to be great. Right? Wonderful, right? You're going to love your doTERRA journey. There's no expectation happening in a conversation like that, right? You can talk to them about things like LRP. That's at least extending some kind of commitment, right? Are we doing things like that with a new customer? If they say no to LRP, well, what else can we extend to them? We need to constantly be extending commitments to people, right? If you have somebody who's come in and they say, I'm so excited, we're going to blow this up. I got 10 people. I happen to be a doctor, a nurse, and a psychiatrist. How about that, right? And you're just sitting there crying, like, you're my person, right? And they say, I have 10 people, we're holding the class this week, right? You go tell all your team, I found the perfect builder. It's going to be awesome. A week, maybe 2 weeks from there, your heart's broken because nothing's happened, right? And you're even more heartbroken because you enrolled 2 people and just stuck them under that person. Right? Sound familiar? So instead of that, let's solve that issue and again have this focus on finding the runners and identifying them instead of, before we know it, we're walking. And it's not because we want to, it's just because we're hanging out with the walkers. When you have that person and they say, I'm a vet, I'm a doctor, and a psychiatrist, I can have a class 10 people, no problem, we're going to blow this up. Then you say, I'm so excited that we have you here. Can we have this class next week? Yeah, perfect. You'll have at least these people there? Yeah. You have the commitments there. I would then still sign that person up as a wholesale customer. Isn't that crazy? What am I in the world? That is insane. A week from now, does that class happen? If it does, great. It takes you 10 seconds, go upgrade them. Stick the people on their own. That class doesn't happen, or they, sorry, I forgot, whatever. I can't invest too much time in you running right now, right? Here's the next commitment. Let's follow up with this in a week, right? Those are the kind of then conversations. Or I have 14 days to make this decision, right? Can we have the class in 2-3 days? I can't. Okay. Then this person right now, we need to then spend a lot more time. You can then still have hope on a little bit and try to put them at least in spot, but you cannot count on them as a runner until they show they're ready to run. Does that make sense? That is a big thing in doTERRA a lot, is we have so much hope for this person. They are so capable. But hope is terrible in business. It is so terrible. Because how many, and there, I really hope I hit gold this month. Looking at your back office, maybe tomorrow we'll hit more LV, right? We're just hoping. Nothing happens there, right? Instead, right? Did they enroll anyone? Oh, they didn't. Instead, we need to extend constant commitments to people. Extending commitments every day, having that mindset. Even if it's as small as a customer who's saying, do not bring me that business. I don't want it. I love the product. Don't touch me with that business. Then you say, that's fine. Can you use this peppermint for the next week and track your progress every day? Sure, I can do that. Just tell me how it comes. And then there's a little data for you to keep in your thing. You did that. Thank you. How did you feel? I actually felt great with that peppermint. You did. Well, yeah, you shared all these great things that happened. You need to go share this with someone. Right? Because now they're giving you their experience. And guess what? If they said, I didn't do the peppermint at all. Why? Right? You told me you were going to do it. They're breaking their own commitment, right? You can say, do you just not care, right? And if they say, yeah, I just don't care, and everything, I really hate the oils, then I'm wasting my time with you anyway, right? Now that's rare that we have that, but in the case, that's the mindset, right? That's how the conversation can go down, right? And especially then, this last one, are you yourself keeping commitments? Hey, let's have this one-on-one in a week, right? I'm dedicating these 30 minutes to you. Stop giving everybody an hour, by the way. Just because an hour is typical, oh, we have an appointment, let's do an hour. Stop giving everyone an hour. If they're running with you, and they're people who are constantly keeping their commitments, and they're showing up, sure, you can give them an hour. Maybe 2 hours, let's brainstorm, because they're part of your running group. People with you who are walking right now, don't give them an hour. You're giving them too much time. For not enough value. Value your time, right? But you yourself are keeping the commitments. Hey, let's do this for a half hour next week, right? You need to show up to that. Right? We're going to have this one. Do you commit to come? You come? Okay, great. I'm going to come to this meeting with this. You come to this meeting. Learn about these oils. Or if you're interested in the business, go through the Power of 3 model and come with 3 questions. Don't just say go through the Power of 3 model. Come with 3 questions. Give them something as a commitment. If they show up with 3 questions, that right there is a good sign. Because it means they actually are taking this serious and they aren't just giving you the answers you want to hear. Okay? So who are these runners? Those who make and keep commitments. So the next thing you might be thinking, well, I don't have any of those. Nobody keeps commitments. Nobody on my team is keeping commitments. I'm so frustrated. I've tried, right? I promise you, if you think you're doing commitments, you can always do it better. Even myself, I've realized that's something I constantly, with me and my own team, as we're doing, it builds such a bond of trust. By just giving people an opportunity, but also offering them that I'll keep a commitment to you. It's very good, right? But what if I don't have any of those? Where do I find them? They're not in my team currently. Where do I find them, right? I get this one a lot. Where people, if they've expressed they feel they've exhausted their mark and don't know where to go. Make sure my speaker's on here. Okay, I want to watch this quick clip, just real fast, from one of my favorite shows.
There's something you need to see. Our traps in the East Lagoon, they're pulling up less and less fish.
Then we'll rotate the fishing routes.
There's no fish.
Oh. Then we'll fish the far side of the island.
We tried.
The windward side?
And the leeward side, the shallows, the channel. We've tried the whole lagoon. They're just gone.
I will talk to the council. I'm sure
What if we fish beyond the reef?
no one goes beyond the reef.
I know, but if there are no fish in the lagoon,
Why not?
and there's a whole
We
ocean,
have one
an
rule.
old rule when there were fish.
A rule that keeps us safe instead of endangering our people. So you can run right back to the water. Every time I think you're past this. No one goes beyond the reef.
No one goes beyond the reef, right? Have we ever felt this way in enrolling? Maybe our upline has said, "Oh, have you tried this?" "No, I've tried." "Well, have you tried?" "No, there's no fish." Or maybe someone has said that to you, right? "Man, there's been fish and we've been fine, but now they're just gone," right? Interesting, right? When you look at that, where are the fish then? Where do we have to fish? Beyond the reef. Well, why do we not want to go beyond the reef? Because it's nice and safe here on our island. It's comfortable. This is where we've had success. This is where we've started. To do anything outside of that is uncomfortable, right? So how do we fish beyond the reef? There's so many different sales videos that you can go find on from all the motivational speakers. And I've heard people quote many of them. You can look at the Zig Ziglars, you can look at the Tony Robbins, you can look at Grant Cardone, you can look at all these guys who put out all this sales stuff. There's some I like, there's some I don't like. It's not always applicable to how doTERRA business is run. So I want to approach this thing here is how do you fish beyond the reef, right? Some of those ones may say it's time to hit the road and start knocking doors or go find people, right? You can do that. Sometimes you get lucky and you knock into the right door or you pull into the right spot or something. Sure. That's a lot of work for sometimes not a big reward. Very risky reward, right? Not a good percentage chance for return. But sometimes to get it, you've got to work hard, you've got to do those things, right? That's sometimes the mindset of things that are shown. But I wanted them to focus them differently. How many wholesale customers do you have on your team? Going back to kind of what we talked before. What's interesting enough, whether you have 2, whether you have 30, 40, 100, 200, it doesn't matter. You can go in your back office, filter your wholesale customers, and then look at volume. Which of your wholesale customers is ordering? Because instantly you know someone's having a good product experience. Right? Why would they order again unless they found something they liked? What is that product experience they're having? You may know, but what if you don't know? That's your first step to fishing beyond the reef, is you have to do something and you have to ask questions you haven't asked before. You have to follow up with them. Hey, how are things going with the product? It's going great. Loving it. Right? Authentically, right? So we may be able to get what effects have you seen? Whatever. Get the full product experience that they're having. Once you understand that, have you been able to share this with anyone? Whoa, Darlene, you're tricking me into the business. No, I haven't shared with anyone. I'm just using the oils myself. Or whatever the response may be. They don't have to become into the business right then, but they should always receive the opportunity. I talked to our founder, who's up in Polokwane. She shared at this event that we did up there, and I was unaware of this. She said when she found doTERRA, she was looking for the essential oils. She went online, what's the best essential oils? Found doTERRA, went to Facebook. How do I get doTERRA in South Africa? Lady reached out and said, here's how. Lady got her a retail account, and she ordered retail for 3 years. doTERRA South Africa was coming. One of her friends said, hey, I'm going to build with doTERRA. You use the products. Would you like to build too? What do you mean build? One looked on and about fell off her chair. Instantly went signed up as a wellness advocate, and in that first year, she hit gold in the month she was hitting gold for the 3rd time. She got a call from retail lady. Signed her up. Said, hey, doTERRA South Africa, I see you're not ordering. Would you be interested in the business? She said she had very choice words for her. And then said, just by the way, I'm a gold going founder this month. Just thought you should know that and hung up the phone, right? I'm sure that lady cried. Probably sick to her stomach. But she didn't even give the opportunity. She just had her own mindset retail. Because she was thinking about herself. You can think about yourself 2 ways. We're not offering retail right now, so that's not a temptation, but you can be, I don't want them to be upset. Or, right? I'm scared to present this. This team does very good at not. One of the things I want to see us continue to do. But if we're not giving people the opportunity consistently, right, and following up with them, we're doing them a disservice, right? Most of the doTERRA presidentials in the company will tell you they started the first months, years in doTERRA just as customers. And then before they knew it, they're like, yeah, we were just sharing the product with all our family and friends and everyone was loving it. They all laughed at them at the beginning, and then before they all knew it, everybody was buying it. And then they said, might as well do this. And they took off from there. So if we understand that, we need to continually work for referrals and product experience through our already existing channels. Don't go ask for a helicopter to jump you out in the ocean and you spend all your time going door to door or spa to spa. Okay? That's not effective. You may get lucky and may say, I prove you wrong, right? I think that's great. If you want to say a few hours a week, I'm going to try to go after some really tough people who I'm really excited to bring in the team, I'm all for it. But that should not be your focus. Your focus should be continual education, letting your people marinate in the product and having a good product experience. 70% of our customers, or 70% of our members are wholesale customers. The upgrade process is very easy. How often do we go back to them and continue to extend the opportunity, right? And if they say, yeah, we're ready to build, right? Don't just upgrade them there. Say, great, let's hold a class next week. And if they show up with their people and they're there to do the class and they keep the commitment, then upgrade them, right? Continual, give them opportunities by extending commitments, okay? This is how the transition of a customer happens with doTERRA. They live the wellness lifestyle, they naturally start sharing with others because they talk about their experience or they're giving samples, right? This is what I call the marinating process. Once you see and they keep a commitment, throw them on the bride. They're ready to build, right? The commitments is how they move through, right? They make and keep commitments. And like I said, commitments are so well-rounded. They're not just, are you ready to build, right? It's little small things that we can commit to. So, Deline, you've developed your whole new little system and thing going. Hopefully as a team, everyone can kind of go in that. Daphne has some things as well that you can use, but essentially what a system is, right, is it's a program that takes a contact through a consistent doTERRA journey, right? So you don't feel like every customer you come in, you have to recreate the wheel for, right? How do I take care of this person and their needs? Because the needs in doTERRA go everything from emotional, spiritual, physical, to my pet, right? So to take care of everyone, it might be overwhelming, but a system should allow you to have the right channels that, hey, I have this person, we know where to send them. We know what to get involved. We know what material to get them, right? There's different ones you can come with. I would always look at improving these and then using them as a team. So when you have someone who comes into the business, they know instantly where they can be taken care of. And when you have a customer come in, instantly you know that as a team, your entire team will help you take care of your customer. And that's where this is fun in doTERRA, because our model is set up to actually do that. There's no clicks. You actually gain benefit by taking care of everybody, cross-line included, right? The whole success of the team actually does build everyone up. So they should be adaptable and they should use everybody's talents. Everybody in the team, if you have a team system, everyone should look to participate in them. Look where they can contribute. Look where they can look at helping someone else and then feel they can expect someone else to help them in return, okay? Just one note on that real fast, right? People don't duplicate, systems duplicate. That's one of the things Justin Harrison, one of our master distributors, has recently said. And I never knew if I agreed with that until the more and more I've realized a good system is good. Empower Success is what the US uses. It's not bad. I actually like Empower Success. But I didn't bring it to South Africa for two reasons. One, no one forced me. Once someone forces me, it has to come, right? Two is, we're not a mature market like that. I don't even know if it's even the best for a mature market. I like the concept, but I don't want it to be a crutch. I like the mindset right now of creating our own. Come up with something that our team can use, and it's our pattern to do things, right? Prepare, invite, present, enroll, support. Pipes, move people through the pipeline. Great system, great idea, but it's more of a concept than an actual system, right? So, with all those said, I would highly encourage, if you're with the systems, make sure that you're using them. Don't feel like you have to do it all your own, because your customer is actually the ones who are going to take the fall on that by not getting what they need when they come. So wrapping this whole thing up, right? If you're committed on the idea of running, or you've been committed on the idea of running, okay? Running gets tired, right? Even the Olympians get tired, okay? Some things that make you tired along the ways. People don't keep a commitment. Classes fall through. Your brand new customer that you worked so hard on, their package never showed up and you had to call member services and it's lost. Does that not make anyone else tired? Well,
Not anymore.
it's way better. But when it happens, it is very frustrating and causes fatigue, right?
But it wasn't the Tero's fault.
It's not, but at the same time, it makes you tired, right? I agree, and it's not your fault, but at the same time, it's out of your control, it makes it even more frustrating and tiring, right? How do you handle this fatigue, okay? So the last thing here is I want to show this quick 4-minute clip, okay? And I'm not going to apologize for this clip at all, actually. There was one team that's very feminine power, right? And I'm all about feminine power. I work with women every day, right? I'm all about it. But being a man, right, I do sometimes have a different perspective on things. So it's great to learn perspective and be educated by everyone here. But I hope sometimes I'm able to bring a little bit of a different mindset. So this video may seem a little bit more on the masculine side, but I hope you kind of see the point. How do you choose to handle that fatigue when you're constantly doing this business and these kind of things are happening and you just are tired? Okay, I'll show this clip.
So, Coach, how strong is Westview this year?
A lot stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a lost run?
Well, not if I know we can beat them.
Come here, Brock. You too, Jeremy.
What, am I in trouble now?
Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best.
What, you want me to go to the 30?
I think you go to 50.
50. I can go to the 50 if nobody's on my back.
I think you can go with Jeremy on your back. But even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best.
All right.
Your best.
Okay.
You going to give me your best?
I'm going to give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do a blindfold.
Why?
Because I want you getting up at a certain point when you can go further. Get down. Jeremy, get on his back.
Oh, yeah.
Good tight hold, Jeremy. All right. Let's go, Brock. Keep your knees off the ground, just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. There you go. It's gonna be good effort. That way, Brock. Keep coming. There you go. It's a good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go, Brock. Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it.
20 yet?
Get to 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. No, don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that.
Hey, Dad. Just rest a second.
You gotta keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on it. Keep going. Keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on it. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on, keep going. It hurts. Don't quit on it. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go.
He's heavy.
I know he's heavy.
I'm fighting on the strength.
And you negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going. You hear me? You keep going. You're doing good. You keep going. Do not quit on me. You keep going. I know it hurts. You keep going. You keep going. It's all up from here. 30 more steps. You keep going. Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. You promised me your best. Your best. Don't stop. Keep going. Come on. It's not too hard. You keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going, Brock. Give me your best. Don't quit. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Ron Kelly, you don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. No, Ron Kelly, you don't quit on me. Now you keep going. You keep going. No, Ron. 10 more steps. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. Keep going. Don't quit. Give me your heart. You can. You can. 5 more. 5 more. Come on, Ron. Come on. Don't quit. Don't quit. Come on, Ron. 2 more. 1 more.
Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone.
Wow, that's wrong.
Brock, you are the most influential player on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field in your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it.
Coach?
Can I count on you? Yes.
Coach?
What is it, Jerry?
I weigh 160.
I weigh 160. I think 160
Alright. Who next?
So the reason I show this clip, right? Maybe really, right? Hard fatigue carrying someone on your back, right? But it's the mindset is, I can go to the 30. You want me to go to the 50? I can't do that with someone on my back. That was his limiting expectation. Coach put the blindfold on him and kept saying, keep your commitment, right? You said you'd give me your best, give me your best. And he not only went 50, but the field is 100 yards. So he said he could only go 30, 50 was impossible. He not only did 50, he did double that. Right? Because the limiting expectation was removed, right? And he was motivated to keep his commitment. It did help that he had someone pounding in front of him, right? But when it gets hard, do not allow yourself to quit. The minute you feel resistance when you're running and you start getting a little fatigued, the instant thing you want to do is, let me stop and walk for a while, right? But will you get the most progression from your run when you're running through the fatigue, right? When you're getting in shape, you don't just, right? If you go to the gym, you're not like, oh, 1, nope, hurt, I'm done, right? You build the muscle when you stretch it, when you go beyond, right? That's where then people tell you have to push yourself, right? So instead of me necessarily just saying, push yourself and everything, my thing is saying, don't set the limiting expectation, right? Because people in this business, regardless of the fatigue you feel, they do keep their commitments. People will keep them, right? Not everybody will, but there are those who will. The classes will happen, right? Couriers did get better, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay? And we're seeing the world get better from the pandemic. There's so many other examples. But if you set the limiting expectation, you're limiting yourself on where you can actually get. And that limiting expectation could be anything of an excuse that you have, you're too busy in life, to COVID, to whatever. You could come up with any excuse, right? And I'm not telling you how fast you need to run. Like, You get to be on our team as long as you want, right? Like as long as you want to be part of doTERRA, you can. But if you want to run and you want the attention from those around you as a runner, right? Because that's what I'm saying today. There's other people today who decide they want to run and they're not giving you as much attention. So you want to run, you need to keep up. And if you need to keep up, you need to be giving that effort even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated. Okay, that's when the fatigue comes. If you can eliminate the limiting expectation that you set for yourself, man, you can do so many good things, right? You can do so many good things. I can't tell you how many people right now are telling me, I want to be a founder. I want to be a founder, but, right? And that might be one of you in this room. Don't come ask me that question. You'll hear a very candid answer. I'll literally just tell you, so why aren't you? You can give me every excuse in the book of what's going wrong, right? But when we've started to get founders in, right? I think we got our 5th founder, and then there was things going on. We had a person go from executive to founder and pass a bunch of elites, premiers, and silvers. Not because everything was perfect, but because they went through a lot of fatigue and just pushed because that's what they actually wanted. So if it's what you want, whatever it is, it's there for the taking, right? Put in the work. Our team will put in the work, right? She told me she's going to do Diamond Club, right?
I am.
If you right now maybe aren't a premier, don't set a limiting expectation that you can't do it. Set a goal to be a premier by the end of July. Go get it. 2 legs, right? 2 executive legs. Find 2 runners or 2 people who are at least jogging, right? As you get them up to running speed, be a premier. So you can qualify for this. Diamond Club's a bit of a sprint, more than just a run, right? But did great things for multiple, right? We started popping a bunch of founders during Diamond Club. Popped the diamond, right? And kind of going, but she fell off. But the mindset and everything getting going helped. So don't set the limiting expectations. This will start there in July. That's there for you. Has everyone gotten that email for Diamond Club? If you haven't, we have it on the doterra.com/ZA. Go look it up. No more reimbursements. Usually we do a reimbursement for your travel up to a certain amount. Now it's just, if you hit the qualifications, 5,000 Rand to help you with your travels, help you get to beyond the reef, right? Along with that, we have a bunch of different prizes, including sourcing trips, going and spending a few days on one of the sourcing farms. Along with that, we also have cash prizes. Each month we're doing prizes too. So the top points person for each month, so each month it resets, right? So if you hit your qualifications, but someone else on another team just did crazy, the next month you both start at 0. So there's long-term plans for the whole Diamond Club, and then there's monthly plans, right? 12,000 Rand is the top prize each month, right? And some other ones, I think we have 8,000, 5,000, they're along the way you can earn. And those will go to those people who want it, and those who are really grinding, right? We have a leadership retreat, which we'll announce more here hopefully in the next month. You're going to be qualified for silver. Don't say it's too far. You can do it. If you want to do it, don't set the limiting expectation. And if you want a founder's position, don't say I want a founder's position, but. If you want a founder's position, what do you need to do to go get it? And cut out the excuses. Because the excuses are what makes you tired and what makes you walk. Okay? If you want, again, this is not me telling you you have to run. If you want to run, these are the things that will make the difference. Extend those commitments to people, right? I highly encourage this team, whether before you leave, send either your direct upline up to Darlene, you can send up to Daphne, send her a commitment, right? Send them a commitment that you want to do that you're going to keep. That was something different, right? I had a business partner, one of my good friends, me and him went into business to each other. It's hard going with your best friend into business, right? But it's also a very beautiful thing. Me and him were in business. He said, hey, this meeting, I'm going to do these 3 things. Addison, you do these 3 things. An hour before the meeting, I thought, I kind of did one of them, but I didn't do the other 2. So I tried to scramble, showed up, obviously wasn't prepared. And do you know what he said? Hey, I'm just going to stop this meeting. You're not prepared. Don't come back to another meeting with me. Not prepared. He was not my boss. We owned the company equally. But he very well let me know that I had wasted his time. And I wasn't mad at him. I realized I didn't keep my commitment. It changed my whole perspective. Every meeting after that, the night before, I was like, am I done with this? Because I do not want to go through that kind of, not him shaming me, but self-shame. Try to make that the same mindset I encourage you to yourself. Make a commitment, send it to your upline, and say, please hold me accountable to this. And then hold yourself accountable to it and let them hold you accountable, okay? Commitments are what makes everything important on this. Make a commitment. And then lastly, we're done here on this, but this is what it's all about, right? When the journey, even when it's tiring, don't forget, the business is focused on changing the world, right? One person, one drop, one person, one community at a time. It's a beautiful model. We'll have better and bigger events, right? We'll get where we can interact with people. Things only are going to improve. Just stick with us on it, right? Stick with us on it, right? And if you want the help, I came to run. There's no point in me coming to South Africa. I'm a Utah boy. I love my home, but I love South Africa too. And so if I come here, I'm so willing to be here. I'm so excited to be here, but I'm not here to walk. So if you're here to walk, that's totally fine, right? But understand our attention is with those who really want to make that difference. We're ready for that push, right? That's where we want to be. So, appreciate everyone. Addison is so long-winded, right? That's what we're all thinking in your mind, but I hope you find something valuable in that. You can now go to the bathroom. We're done.
I just want to say something. Addison, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate your commitment. And all of you seeing this, this is specifically developed for us. So thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking your time from your family and really giving us these guidelines. This is what we're ready to run.
Yes, comrade, we're gonna do comrade.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. Now, in the guides, let's just say that quickly. They sent it to me, and I thought, hey, guess what? It looks great. Just make sure you convert the Power of 3 into Rand. And what they did is they were like, okay, took the $sign off, put the Rand on. So these won't be the final versions. We'll get other ones that we'll make available, hopefully in a month. But we have a few of these, so I'll let that be known. So you don't get a 50 Rand bonus Power 3. It's still at 800. And it's basically, even though it says Rand, it's literally because this is what he did. Took off the $1. But you told me to convert it to Rand. I know. So anyway, that's why that's like that. Just a FYI, you can make that adjustment. Just say that's actually the dollar amount. It's 400. It's 800, 4,000. So, I'll get the better versions when now it's done.
Will we be able to give this to our builders, to our teams?
I'll have we'll have the PDF probably up next week, available online, and then we'll